Hey guys, welcome back. VDCKR here. We're back with another online multiplayer video. This time we are doing a team based off of a comment from user Ian Connor. And so he initially talked about a Rebirth team with Raven, Jessica Cruz, and Green Arrow. And we sort of came back saying that we had our own suggestions that actually was a team that looked very different, but still fell under the Rebirth category. Right. We asked some people to comment. So Ian Connor actually came back with a guess for what he thought this team was going to be made up of, which was Batman Ninja Catwoman for the Jessica Cruz sub, because we talked about subbing out Jessica Cruz.
Right, and whether she'd be better on a Green Lantern team or better on a Rebirth team, right?
And we also had a guess from Daniel O, which is Raven, Green Arrow, and Regina Hawkgirl, or Injustice 2 Superman. And so as you can see here, we haven't gone with either of those.
Right. So I just want to point out in the first fight, though, Astra Harness is first slot, so we'll need to kill a bit of time. New 52 Wonder Woman is perfect for that. And despite Wally West having Claw of Horus, we didn't have the power to shatter yet. So Wally West now is almost fully loaded, and giving the opponent's power when you hit them with your specials like this is normally a problem, but we can use them to buy us more time to allow the next tag in, which is Raven, to bring her in to steal the power that they've built up, just like that. And so let's talk about the makeup, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think from what you just said, right, we've mentioned all the different characters in it, and it's very different from, both the original comments, team composition, and anybody's guess.
Yeah. In my mind, out of all the Rebirth characters, oops, that was a mistake, because Rebirth Raven cannot steal power during an invulnerability, so that was a bit of a mistake. So Rebirth Raven is the best. She might not be the strongest or the highest stat character, but her passive is so much fun to use.
Yeah.
There's some passives and abilities that you struggle to take advantage of, and even when you get them to work, it isn't worth the effort that it took to do it. So I'm looking at Kandak Black Adam or Amikami Catwoman with combo ender passives. I was trying to, in my mind, I was the combo ender, and I was trying to combine
into one word, comber?
Combender. So you need to watch out for Astra Harness. When you're going to gear her like this, you need to watch out for Astra Harness, because you get immunity power drain when the invulnerability is active. So you can't steal the power, even though you might be tempted to just come in because they've got so much power. And you've got to watch out for LexCorp gear set, which does something a little bit funny. Even though it's supposed to reverse power drain, and it does, it gives your opponent power, you still get the power yourself. Mm-hmm. So let's say you're tagging against Arkham Origins Batman. You steal 2 bars, but you also give him 2 bars, so he's got 3. Oh, I should point out in this fight. So Astra Harness, first slot again. I love seeing this with New 52 Wonder Woman as our special specialist. And Deathstroke is going to have power wing tags, and so we've got to be ready to steal it as soon as he comes in. But we're buying ourselves time. Yeah, there we go. So when you do that, when you're facing something with LexCorp, it's not that you can't tag in Raven. It's that you just got to be ready to do a special immediately, and there's a chance that their super will beat you in speed. Mm-hmm. So you want to trigger it quickly. So the hardest part of Rebirth Raven is that her passive makes us want to use her as the special specialist. Mm-hmm. But if you give her power generating gear, that passive is wasted, right? So that's one thing you definitely don't want to do. No power gen. And if you don't give her power generating gear, you don't always get power quickly enough, and you'll need to wait to use that as a regular strategy to try to motor through the fight. So you need a different special specialist.
Yeah, because she works situationally, but she's not going to across the board be always the person that you can call on for specials.
Right. So she's sort of our secondary specialist, and you need a more traditional primary guy that's carrying Tantu Totem Master's Death card. And the beauty of it is she can also act as a bit of a tank, right? So normally we have a team. Oh, and then there's LexCorp gear. That's going to be a problem. First slot, we don't want to be stealing power, but we can. So, and because it's in the first slot, New 52 Wonder Woman is going to be taking care of him anyways, right? Mm-hmm. And that gives us a chance to charge up Wally West. So what were we talking about? So you just need to be ready, right? She's a bit of a tank. Normally we have Astral Harness to save us from somebody who's coming in with a super that we can't defend against, really, except for cutting down damage. Yeah. So you just need to plan well enough that if somebody's got 3 bars or is going to be tagging in with 3 bars, like let's say we knock out Killing Joke Joker, instead of tagging in the person with Astral Harness, we're tagging in Raven to steal it all.
yoink their power, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more skill based, but that also makes you more engaged in the fights too, which is,
Yeah.
when you're not just grinding, it's actually more fun.
Yeah, and we just stole all that. She stole all that power. The cool thing is, you don't even need to get... It's very tempting to feel like when you've only got one special specialist that you have to use the special for power. It's almost enough
for damage.
Sorry,
It's good because there's already something named power in the game that we don't want to confuse people.
So, all right. So Harley Quinn is always a bit of a pain, and Batgirl would be a pain if the first slot was an Arkham character, and it's not. So it's almost enough that she acts as a power stealer. The fact that she gets the power is a huge bonus, and then she can do a bunch of damage. We have double Lexor again. Arkham Harley Quinn is the entry hazard, and there's a chance she's going to hit Wonder Woman when Wonder Woman tags in. And we got lucky this time.
Yeah. And speaking of Wonder Woman, that's the next person we're talking about on the team. So this is the person that people didn't guess.
Yeah.
Right? New 52 Wonder Woman.
So she's got Ibis-Stick, Tanti Totem, Master's Death card.
Yeah, so she's our traditional specialist.
Right, and the Ibis-Stick is good. Whether we decide to do Special 1 or Special 2, it's got a bit of bleed, which sometimes is okay and sometimes not. Oh, and there we go. See, that was perfect. So Harley Quinn came in with 3 bars, and we just took it all away. Mm-hmm. And Arkham Knight Batgirl came in first, so she couldn't protect Harley Quinn. So that was sweet. Raven, you can do almost anything with her, really. Like, she could... All right, 4th row gear set on the opponent's Raven. So main concern is that Wonder Woman won't knock her out and get all her power back on the first hit. So, I mean, in this case, we've just happened to have stuck Raven with the 4th world mace for the second... the special 2 effects. Enchantress, because it's fun to temporarily disable their specials every time. Right? Like, for all the other gears that say disable specials, this one does it consistently, maybe for a shorter period of time, but it does. It buys you the time while they're waiting for the skulls to come in, and you've got a bunch of freedom to not have to worry about their specials. So it's not only a good way to steal their power, but if you happen to not steal the power, like somebody tags in, you do your special really quickly, you're disabling them, and then you can bring in somebody else to actually, like Wonder Woman, to actually take care of them.
It's good spacing.
Yeah. And LexCorp Chest to make her a little bit tougher, since we don't have a traditional tank. I mean, we're not married to this loadout. You can mix and match a bit depending on what you want her to do with all the power you're going to steal. And so she's both a specialist and our tank. And Wally West is sort of our putative, and that was fight 5, no, it was fight 6. So nothing special in the first slot.
What does putative mean?
So what should be sort of what you'd expect it to be.
Okay.
So the first slot, there's nothing of concern, but their Wonder Woman will have a bar of power, and that's it. The problem actually is that Killer Frost means we won't automatically get a second bar of power. So you can either do a basic combo first to try to get the second one because we've got power gen gear on our Wonder Woman, or we can just steal her power like we did now with Raven. Buys us some time so that when Wonder Woman tags in, finally, she's going to be closer, if not at 2 full bars of power. Mm-hmm. And you notice what's cool is that Raven's Special 1 took enough time that it bought us the time. Oh, she stole her power, though. That wasn't very nice. But her Raven Special 1 takes enough time that it was enough to finish the tag-in clock, so we could come in right away. Mm-hmm. And normally that's annoying, right, when a Special 1 takes too long? But this was actually perfect for us because, now watch. And Wonder Woman's ready to tag in again. Well, but we didn't tag in Wonder Woman. So Raven and Wonder Woman both benefit from tagging in right when we want them to. All right, so Wally West, overpowered super, Necron Scythe, Claw of Horus. Again, also not married to this. Cracking their gears is not necessary, but it's still fun because New 52 Wonder Woman is giving him power, but not Raven. Mm-hmm. So you could either focus him on just a basic damage dealer who happens to have power, or you can make him your tertiary specialist.
Yeah.
And there you go, Necron Scythe. Oh, it was almost enough. He used a bit of a meat shield, so it protected everybody else, but it was nice to have that extra protection. So, like any other team, New 52 Wonder Woman that we use for a Justice League loadout is sort of the workhorse, right? She gives power to Wally West, she gives nothing to Raven, and that's exactly how you want it, so that Raven can take advantage of her passive. Mm-hmm. And
Because it's funny, normally your passive not triggering for somebody would be bad, but in this specific case, it actually works exactly in our favor.
yeah. Whoa, that was nice. So what fight was that? That was just fight number 6. So there's one more.
Yeah.
This is yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, again, it's not the fastest. So, fourth world gear set. So, Injustice 2 Superman's got to revive. However, because it's Injustice 2 Superman, we can also double charge Wonder Woman. Same risk that Wonder Woman's not going to get her knockout and not get her power back, so we're going to have to tag somebody else in.
Yeah.
And I always check out their Rebirth Raven because I'm a little bit curious what they do. Because again, she could be just as good, I think, on this team even without any gears. And we
Really? Without any gears?
I think so, because she serves such a big purpose. Like, imagine somebody who just takes away their power and does a bunch of specials. Maybe it's worth another experiment. I was going to experiment.
The way that we used to, seeing how low we could get gear score.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Shattered one. And she didn't steal her power because we were right in the middle of our special one.
Oh,
And
there's another shatter.
Oh, too bad. I didn't think she had her full bar. So otherwise, I would have tried to steal it with our Rebirth Raven. And so, in my mind, actually, New 52 Wonder Woman may really be the most important card. I mean, I've been coming around to this over time. Even though she only helps Justice League team members, there are so many members, and there are so many skins of those different members.
And those members also tend to be like the big ticket guys, the more powerful people anyways.
Yeah. So what we're really missing in this game is maybe a villain that has that same kind of passive where they can generate power really easily for their teammates.
Yeah. For
And-
people who are stereotypically villains, I wonder how they would have to define that in terms of the universe, though. Because there'd still be people slipping through the cracks, even if you
Yeah.
had a villain character and a hero character for that.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, seems unlikely that we'll get something that specific that we want. Never mind, new
Yeah.
characters at all.
But there you go. That was a lot of fun. Again, not the fastest, but there's something in the world with Tantu Totem where somebody who can just do specials over and over, that they can transfer that power immediately to their teammates.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant.
for sure. There we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.